So this morning, a creative exercise, awareness and creation with our words of the day. I'll have each of you speak them again. We'll go in the order that it's been presented. What I offer for your awareness, reflection, is just to notice the word and words. Mash them up, move them around, assimilate, and pay attention to the additions, to the space, to what is created for you. So just come into the now, to the moment of now, centered as we can be. Our baseline, our starting position. Whatever we bring to right now will be impacted by these words. You shape how they are. If you give the word share whatever's been produced as we add the words to it, to the soup, as we add words to our soup. Share with us your flavor. Your meaning, whatever. I can't label it. Just share what's right for you. Just notice your feeling. As we prepare to bring something from this everything and nothing. And just to go with what hits you, what lands first. Just allow. Mine is a word and a action. Share what I see with it when I thought of it, as I think of it now. And it aligns with all of the other words. Breakthrough. Breaking through. And it's like a Superman pose. It's ascending, rising up, and a very thin layer, like a bubble. I'm in a bubble, and it's trying to just trying to break through this bubble. And so I imagine this bubble, poof. So I am no longer stuck in this bubble. And then I see another bubble. Layers of bubbles. I imagine myself fighting, pushing this bubble. Breaking through in a gentle, soft feminine way is what I lay in front of me this morning. As my word is breakthrough. Thank you. Allison, will you share your word? And then Heinz and Craig and Nikki.
So my word was integrate. And integrate and embody are very similar words for me. When I manage to integrate something properly, I know that I have when I've embodied it. So when it becomes more of an automatic. And initially there's a lot of awareness around it. And then there's less awareness, but it will show up at first unexpectedly because it's a new automatic. And then I'll think, oh, how come that happened? And then I'll remember. And the newness is something that is a pleasant surprise for me when it shows up. Thank you.
Breaking through to the new, embodying this new. Thank you, Allison. Would you pass it forward?
Heinz, would you please explain your beautiful word, value?
My word was value. I've started to see the value in everything. It's not everything that has it the same value. Some things are treasures, like our time here, but everything has a value. And I've started to sort of value the moment even more, because seeing things for what they really are has a great value. Meeting new friends like you puts even more value to it. Like we are integrating with each other and we are creating breakthroughs together. Get a new perception, like Craig would say. All those words sort of integrated with each other and gave a higher meaning to me. That gives me great value. I think that's about what I come up with yet. I think it was Craig next.
Any integration, Allison, that you heard, you handed it to Heinz, and feedback, how his word changed, improved, or modified for you.
You want me to do that now?
Yes. Yeah, please. Just slightly. Just to honor. As you handed it off, he delivered. You can give back the honor of the request. And then he can pass forward and do the daisy chain thing.
Okay. So, first of all, when he spoke about his word, the one thing that was a surprise for me was the value of seeing things as they are. And that resonated quite deeply for me. It brought in a different reflection. And what I also appreciated was the integration of the 4 words that we have now, and mine was very similar. The integration was that when we integrate things, often we have a breakthrough, and then when we have that breakthrough, we do another integration, which is often the embodiment. And when we first look at what we're integrating, I believe it's what we resonate with. And as Heinz said, things have different values. There's value in everything, but we choose which aspects of life we want to integrate. So there's choice involved. And as we do that, we widen and increase our perception as we go along. So that's how that all landed for me. So I hand it over to Craig now.
Back to Heinz.
Back to Heinz. Back to Heinz, yeah.
I can only say go on. Right on. Great way of using the words. High value from all of them. Gets a great perception of everything and creates a breakthrough that way.
Mm-hmm.
And by mixing and mingling with the word, we integrate more and more with each other, because we get to tell the story based on our own story, what it makes us feel and what have high values, and how to create the breakthroughs through the perceptions of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Craig's time now.
Wow. What I was sensing when I heard breakthrough was actually masculine energy in its gentleness. The gentle side, so I'll just share that. Like very powerful and intense, but extremely gentle. And transformative. And the word integrating or integrate and integrity for me, that's a real subtle, it's a subtle happening that tends to happen in my unconscious awareness. Like I have a sense that it's going on, but it's very subtle. It kind of happens in the background. For me, it's kind of a synergy going on that I can sense, but it's not. It's not my brain that knows it's happening. It's my sensory awareness that knows it's happening. And I really like that. Integrity is a key theme in my awakening, and I felt it very strongly during both Saturn returns that I've lived through. A Saturn return is when Saturn comes back to the place that it was in the sky when you were born. And that happens every 28 or 29 years. And so I've just lived through two of those. And for me, it's kind of like there's a new phase of life, or a new third maybe, that happens every time that begins every time the Saturn returns. So integrating for me is something that that's in my sensory awareness. And value and values are a big theme too. And as I consider that word, I'm facing east and looking up in the sky, and there's Venus really, really bright in the eastern sky. And she signifies values, among other things. And values in Venus were really important to me because when I was born, the sun and Venus were right on top of each other, mixing their energy. It got imprinted in me when I was born. And so the masculine energy of the sun combined with the feminine energy of Venus gave me a unique identity perspective around values. So that's a huge theme in my life too. And for perception, and I didn't realize this when the word came out earlier, what I was saying, what I've said in the last little bit about sensory awareness, it's not cognitive awareness for me, it's sensory. It's like my body knows, my bones know, my muscles know, my cells know. And all of them are regaining that perceptive ability. And it doesn't really, that perception doesn't have a point of view for me. It's a point of view or a point that it's focusing from. It's kind of spread out. It's kind of like the perception is that point of view for me is more defined by the field than it is by me. That's fascinating to me. So perception without a point of view or without a point of focus. There's a lot of value in that. And yeah, and a lot of integrity in it. And it yields more breakthroughs than I can count. Especially ones that I'm not consciously aware of. So, and I use that term consciously. I use it loosely in that case. Because the consciousness is big C consciousness. Like it's cosmic consciousness, what I'm talking about, or Christ consciousness. I find that that's difficult to define, so I don't bother trying to define it. And just allow it to penetrate and do with me what it wills. And that's all that's coming to me for now.
Anything you'd like to honor, Heinz?
Like that cosmic consciousness, because it's sort of just like being aware, not knowing, but it's just there. Like when we're doing this, I sort of feel like the top of the tree in the wind, just waving forward and backward, feeling the energy from other people's words coming through. And I like the star part about the stars, because that was one of the words I actually felt earlier was stars. But I know that Venus is not a star, it's a planet, but it's still a star to me because it's not here on Earth. So I really liked his perspective on things. I haven't got much to say about it. It was just a lot of feelings. Like the words are integrating with each other and creating something new. Creating the possibilities of creations. And we're all part of it. And we all put our different values together and create something real, a real treasure together. And through our different values and stuff, we create a breakthrough together. And sometimes we have our own personal breakthroughs, but it's all about creating creations together. As you said, about mixing the words together, they create a new thing. And from the new thing, you can create even new things again. And it's sort of limitless, endless. It's just a flow everything has to it. I think I'll leave it at that.
Craig, if you could invite a brand new word from Nikki, where I am in anticipation.
Okay, Nikki dear. I invite your words. Yeah.
I like
know
your
there's something
words.
profound in there. Yeah.
I loved your words.
Yeah.
I loved everything about it. I couldn't contain myself. I had to chat in the chat box.
Yeah. I know
It's
there's
very-
yeah.
It's very
I know
obvious.
there's one.
If you look in the chat box, you can just okay, already.
Oh my.
Yeah. Wow. I'm weighing these words now because firstly, I love words, and I love the fact that we can weigh each other's words like this, like really weigh them, value them, just sit with that, and yeah, just let it just go from there. And it's just really interesting because our feelings come from our gut. It does not come from the brain. We think it comes from the brain, but it's not. It's actually the gut. The gut is actually the actual feelings. That's the brain. It actually is the brain, but for what it's worth, yeah. And all the serotonians, all these things are in the gut, right? So yeah, when these things come up, it's a natural instinct, yeah? It's the animal instinct. They need these feelings. They need it to survive. They need to stay alive, Otherwise, if they're thinking in their head, they'll die, right? It is the gut that gives them that awareness of safety, danger, yeah?
Place for sale.
So yeah. I just felt that it was incredible. It was really quite interesting, and I thank you. Yeah, yeah. I don't
So
know if
what-
you heard that. I don't know if you heard that because you were interrupted by someone.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh,
What
good.
there was one impression that stood out to you. I sensed that. So
Yeah, but there's so many
What-
things
what
that stood
struck
out for
you?
me. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so many things. So what really
There
stuck
was-
with me, when I say stuck with me, what came up for me, right? I don't get stuck. It's a flow for me. It's just what comes. So I just love the fact that I'm just going to say it. It was full acceptance, full acceptance, no judgment. There was just full acceptance there. And coming from that place of creation, it's just expansion because now you were actually your one that was holding you back. It's you. So it's just beautiful to come into this now knowing of your value and what your truth is, what you truly feeling, what you truly feeling. And it's a beautiful expression. And yeah, you have such a beautiful way, of demonstrating that. Because you are quite a gentle soul.
yeah, yeah,
You really are a gentle soul. And to me, that brings,
So I
Yeah.
heard you say acceptance.
absolute. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's so it's very loud at the moment for me that
yeah.
mm, 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 mm. And Hans also made it very nice understanding too, what came out for him. So yeah. It was beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah. How does it come for you when you heard me say that to you? How did that?
Well, yeah.
How did you receive that?
That's why I mentioned that I heard it. I heard
Oh, yeah.
acceptance.
Totally.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
loud. That's very loud. That's
Yeah.
I was trying to not trying. I was I knew that came up immediately, but this is where you got to realize when it's coming up, this is what it is, right? But then you go, oh, but I don't know about that. You sort of want to negotiate with it. Go, no, I don't know. So I went first to the bathroom. Well, I'm here in my home, right? I'm present. Yeah. And I got like, like this is like, whoa, okay. And then when I got to talk, it's something I didn't want to bring up, but then that was something I just knew when you asked me again, you see, oh, what else like stood out? I go, oh, there's my opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Better say it to him now this morning because it's exactly what it is, right? It's like, yeah. And that's the thing what I love when you bring out a word that you don't even know, but for that person that receives it, it is for that person, yeah? And that person gets to do what it chooses in that decision making, you know what I mean? For themselves, yeah? Because you never know, right? You'll never know, but that's what I love about, that's what I love about the words. It's very powerful.
Yeah, your perception is going to perceive it differently,
Exactly. Yes.
as with everyone else, right? So
Yes. Correct.
yeah.
Mm.
So here I'm kind of contemplating acceptance, and I'm walking east toward the sunrise,
Mm.
and there's
Beautiful.
Venus in her brightness. It's about 30, 45 degrees, something like that, above the horizon right now. And the sky is painting up just awesomely at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So there's an attitude of receptivity right now. like just to experience the words, what's being said, what's being meant,
Mhm.
and the sun emerging all at the same time, and the sky changing, and just kind of receiving all of it and living all of it, being
That's
very
right.
present with it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Accepting what's there and allowing that experience to penetrate.
Right. Very happy. Very happy to hear that.
Yeah. 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 Acceptance is a major theme
Yes,
behind all of this awakening.
absolutely. Yeah. Mm, mm. Oh, Pascal's here. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, thank you. Hi, Pascal. Hi,
Morning,
Pascal.
guys. Morning.
Good morning, Pascal.
Mm.
So Nikki, can you make the soup out of the words we have today and invite Pascal in?
Mm. Soup. Mm. I'd love a bowl of soup.
Just give me a second. I'm around. Some others are coming around here. So I just have to just wait for a few minutes.
It's just not a good spot. We'll need to force or rush it. Craig, do you want to? And Nikki can support. She's available.
I got a different approach, if I may.
Oh, please do.
Yeah,
Allow
Pascal.
that.
Pascal, what impressions did you have when you entered the room today?
A sense of calmness. Peace.
Yes. Isn't that, so good that you said that. Yeah. You said that's it. For me, that's it.
But also joy.
Mm, 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 mm. Sorry, my son is not going to school today. Yeah, my son is not feeling well. So we just had to put my attention there. And yeah, so that's, I couldn't immediately answer. Yeah. But I did hear that. So what it is, it will come. And when it comes, it will come. But I like what Pascal speaks about with the calm and joy. Yeah. Mm. Mm.
That's a beautiful gift that you can spend with your son.
Oh, I just,
And
these days, I
nurture
tell you,
him and
yeah. And, then he becomes like 2. So it's almost like a toddler, Oh, mommy, can you just give me a glass of water like every 5 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
Mommy, I'm hungry. I go, really now.
Mhm.
uh, yeah. Yeah.
And you will just eat it up, won't you, Nikki?
Mm.
It's also
Love,
nice to be.
love bombings. Love
Mm.
bombs.
That's why I feel so lucky. I gotta do that like every day right now. I keep my son at home.
What? He's not working yet?
No, no.
Haven't you pushed him to the work?
Funny sometimes like we're like in the living room and he's in the kitchen and be like, come on, let's go. Come on with us. And he's just smiling, like, oh, you'll see.
He's chosen the administration job. Administration you.
Yeah, yeah. And then I don't know, I mentioned you guys, but like I was in vacation for a while. And it was so funny because like we were probably like, I don't know, maybe 20 around the table, like a very long table. And then Kai was sitting at the end of one end on his little stool, just like a baby boss. You know, everybody were just looking at him, and he was just kind of like the center of attention. And then like, yeah, it was just so cool to see like how little, but how powerful he is. That he didn't have to convince anybody to look at him or be someone that he's not. Just be himself.
Welcome, Pascal. Well, each of us will provide you with our word for today that we've been swimming, mixing, rearranging, refocusing. And it started with breakthrough, breaking through. Followed by Allison with integration, integrating, embody, amplified by Heinz. Heinz's word was value. And the value of what is. And with Craig's word, how value can change. And with Nikki's word, but to do. I'll let them speak it if they choose to.
And I would add to that courage.
Mm,
Because that's what I
yes.
felt this morning.
Mm,
Like it's been tough, like just to wake up early because you're in vacation. I mean, we kept the clock from out west, so it was 2 hours ahead. So I could sleep 2 hours later at home. So that worked out very well. But then when you come back,
Mm.
it's a little challenging, I would say, to say the least. Plus, we let Kai in our bed the entire time there because we didn't have like, a bassinet and stuff. Guess what? When you come back,
Oh, yes. A different kind of breakthrough, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden he doesn't like his crib anymore. Weird, eh? Weird our word.
Doesn't want to be alone, huh?
No, he likes the heat of us. Yeah. I wonder why.
So definitely, as Heinz' word was value, there's something in it that he values. Yeah. And then Craig's was perception. Craig's word of perception. What are we perceiving? We can use it even in a child's example. Just imagine what's being perceived between the two differences, the situations. Knowing that the one we think of is probably not theirs. And that is what we judge on. Oh, huh.
And hold on
And hold on to it,
and
you
protect.
bet. Defend, fight for. Like our life depends on it.
Yeah.
And Nikki gifted us with allowance and acceptance.
Oh, that was for Craig. I didn't give my word for the day yet. The same. That was what I heard, what was coming up for Craig. I honored him with that as I gave back, as it was requested, right? So, yeah, the same. Is that okay? Yeah.
Your way is right.
What's that?
Your way is right.
I don't. Yeah, I hear that, but. I don't think it's right. I just think it's when you say it's nothing to do right or correct, because that's the thing where I'm getting a contrast with my words for today. Is I didn't, I felt like, is it peace and is it pain? Like, because I woke up with such peace, and I love the word gentle that came up today, and the acceptance of what I'm feeling of having to be peaceful, and gentle, but and then I have it's a little contrast of the pain, because I said, what is the pain got to do with it? And so I was questioning myself with that because, yeah, like once your true peace is found, all else becomes obstinate. Yeah, it just, yeah. And then I asked about my pain, and then it said, pain is only useful if you choose to grow from it. And to grow from it, it means to find the lesson in it. And can you see this pain as an opportunity for expansion? So when you voice out, your way is right, I don't think there's ever a right way. I don't think there's ever a mistake. I don't think we ever do anything that is really to be labeled. It is just what it is. And I think when you get to that, when you can see it for what it is, with the exception of courage, and you can see the value in everything, and you can see that it's just the obvious, right? It's just the obvious that comes up. And we're saying it in our words today. That is so incredible. Like, it's just explosive for me. Like, we talk about the planets and we talk about and everything that's going around the galaxy. Yeah, this breakthrough, integration, value, perception, allowing, acceptance. And then mine is peace and the contrast of having to experience pain in my peace. It is a very it's a interesting, but that's what it is, because that's how we go through life. We go through life like that. We're not going to escape that. Yeah. And it's that contrast where we can entwine and we can go, nah. Yeah, it's like a bowl of soup, like you say, it's all yummy. It's actually all yummy. Yeah, so that's what I've, come up this morning with, Yeah. So thank you. I hope I honored.
It was right.
Yes.
And
I guess so.
Thank you for that contrast. Yeah, it's like like for me, it was like, oh, there's courage.
Yeah. And his calm, as Pascal came in, he felt the calm, he felt the joy, and that really resonates, because, this is our instincts of really feeling how we want to feel, and coming into any room, any place, with anyone, and everything that we do also, I think. And so we choose to be that calm in chaos. Yeah, this is the power of really rising up and really experiencing life to the full, because that's what we're choosing here, and having to experience it all with our babies and with everything in life. Yeah. So yeah, I love that. So thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Jesse, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Hans. Yeah. And perspective, like, yeah. Perception. Yeah, it's very important. How you perceive something, how you see something too, how you look at it. So yeah, it's just really, yeah. So yeah. Yin yang, yin yang. Just the symbol comes up for me, this yin yang business, because I feel that we're in the business of transforming. I have to laugh about that, because you go, oh my goodness, it's an everlasting, but that's what it is. And I like that. I like being in that space now, I love being in this space. Yeah, so thank you. Oh, Ali's evening, Ali.
Good evening, Ellie.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. You bring your wings, eh? Just I hope you got your wings on, little angel.
Always, always.
I'm telling you, those wings are flapping. I can feel it. They're ready to go. They're ready to fly, or maybe go to sleep. Either one. But you could be flying in your dreams too. So either way, it doesn't matter. It's just like, yeah, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. Welcome, Ellie.
And how's everybody?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, we all, yeah, I'm very good. I'm just going to speak for myself because.
Pascal, I haven't spoken to you for ages. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Good.
Yeah, like
hard-
I mentioned, I needed a lot of courage this morning to get up early and be on this call.
Wow.
I've been in vacation, and then you know when you're in vacation, you get up a little bit later and party a little more.
Yeah.
It's like the time doesn't exist.
Mm,
Time doesn't exist until you get a routine.
mm.
But yeah, it's yeah, I'm very glad to be here, and glad to hear your voice too.
Yes, I feel the same. Like Ellie. Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, Allie. Welcome. Pascal, would you share with Allie the flavor of the soup and invite her to share hers, to add her flavor to our creation, to our mix?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know exactly like which word everybody. I know some. I was just kind of allowing them to be in my heart more than like who says who, but kind of like just integrate everything together. Well, that's one. Integrate. It was Allison. I believe breakthrough was you, Jesse. Value was Lines. Perception was Craig. We came up with allowance versus acceptance. Nikki was contrast between peace and pain. And I add courage. And I'll go with what Craig said. Like when you came to this circle, like what came up for you? What was the feeling that you had when you arrive to this circle of friends?
Excitement would be a word. Anticipation is a good word. I love to relish in the words when everyone picks their words, and then I lie in bed and I think about all the words and then what they all mean to me.
Yes.
It's a process I do after I get off a call with you. It just seems to be a thing that I do. I love it. I loved the word integration. Was that Alison's word, was it?
It is, yeah.
I love that today.
Big surprise. Yeah.
My word today is faith. In the knowing that everything's always working out for us.
Yeah, always for our highest good.
Yeah.
And Craig with perception, like I listened to, I think it was like the Kevin Trudeau CD, and then something really hit me hard because I think it was the word of Thomas Edison, and he got an interview, and then he was asked like how to deal with failure, and then he was like, "I never fail." And he was like, "Yeah, well, you failed like 1,000 times before to discover the incandescent light." And he was like, "No, I found 1,000 ways that it's not that, so I get closer to what is." So I was just like, wow, like just switching it, that everything is for our highest good. That if we can, that's why pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. So when like society say you fail, you can like be on yourself and be like beat yourself up for it, or be like, oh wow, I found one more way that it's not what I want in my life. And now I get clearer on what I want.
Yeah.
Just switching that perception is like,
Huge.
it's the key. And I love during my trip, like how observant and like receptive to what people were saying. And like really like be the awareness of like seeing like people has perception and like how far they hold to that perception. And even though like I had a different perspective, I just listened to them and be like, okay, that's where you're. And then you can look at all their patterns. Why are they thinking that way? And no judgment, right? Like it's a perception, and I don't even know like if my perception is right. You know? But just like, well, like from that perspective, like I was able to pick up like things and be like, oh, I didn't see that. right? Globally, like, say I wouldn't agree with it, but then if I would have shut myself down, I wouldn't see what I don't see. So just to stay open and not create conflict, I was able to allow myself to get a bigger picture. Because I only have one little piece of the puzzle that I think is the truth. So obviously other perspectives are important too.
Courage. It takes courage to put down our own truths, to just set them aside and examine them.
Yeah.
To really be with someone as they are. To allow new perspectives. To allow new insights. And with those, when those perspectives open space, when we're open for that, we can integrate new breakthroughs. And there's that suffering and of the pain and the pleasure. It's like the pain of, oh, I can't, like I might be wrong, or the pain of not having the answer, the pain of being, I can't be wrong. Like I just can't afford it. I just can't be wrong. And the pleasure of a breakthrough, of something new, of ways to do it differently. And the faith that's in the courage that's in the faith. It is how we create.
Yeah. And it can be difficult even giving yourself that kind of latitude.
Yeah, and what come up to me is vulnerability.
Mm.
Yes.
I mean, I love the way you put it, Jesse. It's amazing.
Excuse me, Pascal, what was that word that came up?
Vulnerability.
Oh, vulnerability. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like it's a little cold here. Like my mouth is not really like, and it's a hard word to pronounce for me. So yeah, I'm not surprised you just heard me mumbling.
I heard ability, but I heard it like brawn.
Sure. Sure. That works too.
We do this with our words every day, every moment, every word. We do it. We're unaware of it. We attach our meanings to it without exploring other perspectives with it, other possibilities, and we can weave in and out, creating new thoughts, new ideas, new concepts, because it is just sensing what's in the field. What is it that I
Morning.
need to know? Mhm.
It's at a really good place because sometimes I just need to sit down. And I was watching these clouds this morning. They were turning pink and then orange. Yeah, it's quite interesting, actually. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Craig.
Evening also, the sunset.
It's all good.
No, I want to hear it.
Mhm.
Craig, we love you, but could you put your speaker off? Mute yourself, please.
Yes, done it.
We love you, but hello. Is
It's
anyone
already done it.
home? I mean, hello, we love you, but hello.
Oh, I love what Craig said too, because it's really gloomy here. And then he was talking about like the clouds of different colors, and I'm like, now all of a sudden, like my clouds change here,
Yeah, yeah.
not so
But,
rainy and gloomy.
yeah, yeah. But not in the expense of when Jesse's explaining something and we all here presently wanting to listen and hear what he's saying, that we don't have to repeat ourselves. So this is what it is. It's not about disrespect or trying to tell somebody. It's all appreciation here. But we got to know where we are, right? We got to know where we are. And where we are is what we're choosing. And what we're choosing is to be here. So we're going to be here to be able to hear what needs to be heard, right? Otherwise, we can be going somewhere else. We don't have to be here. This is an invitation. It's an offering. There's no obligation here. But so we need to respect each other in that perspective. That's what I feel. And I'm speaking that to myself. So thank you. It's just a lesson.
Love you,
It's
Nikki.
just learning,
Yeah,
just
sorry.
learning,
Sorry,
just
you guys,
learning
but I
as
had
I
my
go,
microphone
just
on.
learning. Yeah, just learning. There's no correction here. There's just learning, Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. This neighbor has like a park bench that's out in their front yard. And he
Yeah.
was just thanking me for sitting in it.
I'm telling you, right? Yeah.
Exactly. But that has to do with acceptance, right?
Totally, right?
Accepting everything that shows up, and and being present with the environment and what's happening. And I love sky watching and people watching and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, what comes up for me right now, I mean, just right now, it's like your dreams are not attainable. It's time to honor your highest version of yourself. It's coming up for me right now. It's, you can accept it, you cannot accept it, but yeah. If you value that, if you see it like that, or, but that's the importance of speaking. Even if it doesn't make sense, you gotta know. So that's what's attainable. Your dreams are not attainable. They're real. Because people always think when you're in your dreams, it's not real. It is real. It is real. Mm. And when I love the exercise that we're going through now, you know, as we start the day like this, it's yeah.
I want to use that example of the bench.
Mm.
The how long? So there was this guy's dream to build a bench in his yard. Adrian,
Yeah.
it was Adrian. You know?
Mm-hmm.
How often is that bench empty? And all it takes is that moment that Craig sat on it for a few minutes, enjoying that man's dream. That's courage. That's faith.
Mm-hmm.
That's allowing, accepting,
Mm.
valuing, following through for that just moment to come up to someone and thank them.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we could look at that bench the whole time and just
Mm-hmm.
see it as empty.
Yeah, it's like creating without expectation.
Mhm.
The
Beautiful.
way that their conversation helped Pascal see the light even through the
Oh.
gray sky.
Mm.
Finding value as it is in everything that's there.
Mhm.
Hans.
Yep. And creating new values within those values.
Mhm.
Like listening to others' perspective, getting an other value of things and then integrating them into your perspective and creating a whole new value.
Mm. Sure, that's good.
Like we're doing here.
Courage to break through that something new will be better. Sitting in the tension that we're either going to call it pain or pleasure, fear or excitement, peaceful pain. And just to pop that bubble. Breathe in that new fresh air, that perspective shift. Integrating it through the whole body, the whole surrounding field, conducting. Courage, values, perceptions, faith. All in alignment of our values, of what we value, of what we see, we want, our dreams, our desires, our passions, power, purpose. That is our creative ability.
Mm. Mm. Mhm.
and our creative ability to do it with others, to make it even better, amplify it.
Mm. That's an honor. I just want to honor that. That's an honor. You know, we're asking to honor each other's words and give definitions and explaining what it means and what comes up for you. But that I want to honor. It's almost like when you, it's emotional. Of course, there's feelings there. I feel it in my eyelids, you know, when I get very emotional, and I'm holding it because it's like a dream come true. My wish is now command, and I can breathe it in, and I can let it out, and I can just receive that, and upgrade myself to feeling this. I honor this. That's what I honor. Thank you. Thank you for the strength, endurance. Passionate. So inviting. Just what it is. Receive that. Nothing to do, just receive. Mm. Mm. You want to be close to that. Mm. 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 Valuable, very valuable. Mm. A lot of releasing there, but I'm just saying there's a lot of releasing happening right now. Thank you for a soft place to fall. For creating this place. Just together and there we go and scatter. Thank you. Good teaching. Relearning. Thank you. Thank you for new beginnings. Can you feel that? Can you feel that? Letting down everything you had to guard yourself. Thinking you had to be strong. And realize that you can just show your hand. Your heart speaks. Thank you. Thank you for this, because for me personally, it's the feminine energy that I'm wanting to be in. This is my truth. As much as I honor the masculine, but I know that I'm not going to be able to receive. I have not have to. I choose, but not but. But allow it. And to trust. And to value. For this breakthrough right now. Not after this call, not later, not even tomorrow, right now. The power of this now moment of breakthroughs is happening to me. And if it's happening to me, it's happening to you. That's yeah, thank you.
The power of gathering equally genius, yes, and allowing the breakthroughs in that moment so that we scatter and take it with us. Integrate it from here on out, from here forward. Just again and again and again. So today we explained life.
Yes.
We explained to being alive. The meaning of life, breakthroughs, integration, aimed at the value with all sorts of perceptions. Whether pain or pleasure, the courage and faith for the breakthrough. The circle of life, circle of living, and how we can do it together.
You did it again, Jesse.
Oh, I did it again.
We did it again.
Oscar, you're so funny. Oh, that
So cool when
was
we
that.
just keep playing with stuff.
Yeah, this is
You know, I
the
just like
most
keep playing with it,
beautiful.
for
Oh
an
my
hour. Like,
God.
play with it.
Yes. Just play with it. Oh, that was just like this. If that doesn't fill you up, I do not know what fills this. I'm like, I got my hands crossed together, yeah. And like in prayer moment with my hand on my chin, and I'm thinking, oh my God, does everybody hear this? Because my whole body is like, it's like, woo! Just, mm. Yes, that's what I gotta say. I'm just gonna say yes. More, please. But you know, I'm so satisfied now that it's like, okay, I can shut up. I finally can shut the bomb up. Isn't that when you're purely satisfied? That's satisfaction, man. Mm. And I've been waiting for that for a long time. The satisfaction, yeah. That you can just say, okay, that's it. I know I'm laughing. I'm just humoring myself because I'm cracking myself up because this is just a practical thing that I'm feeling, and I know that it's just like come to me right now. It's like right now, at this moment, it's like, yeah. You know, when you having three things, and it's like it's just something. I'm just not. I'm not satisfied. You know, this, and it's so important to have the satisfaction that you're where you are. But when you really get satisfied, there you go. Okay. So yeah, that's just. I think. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. That really like that really like that's when you really know it's resonating, when it hits every chakra in your body. You know, your energy wheels are just spinning now. They're spinning balancedly, evenly. Yeah. Then you know everything's open, you know. Everything's open and vulnerable. It's just like the root, you know, it's open, grounded, so grounding, you know. The sacral of creating, just coming into this creation and just exploring. Your solar plexus, and you feel that power just rotating around wherever you are. It's just like, let's go. And then it's your heart. And you hear the boom, boom. The boom, boom, the beat. Boom, 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 boom. Then you know, yeah. You really know. And then the throat, you know, the letting it out, speaking. And it's so obvious because the pineal, yeah, right, yeah, your third eye is open because everything's open to new perspectives. Yeah, just your crown chakra opens up. Wow. And then you become one. Satisfaction.
Yeah, I would resume it to be, know, and love thyself.
Oh, goodness. Mm. Okay, this, yeah. I receive that.
And it's one thing, even though they're different words.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's right. The perspective of looking for the similarities, not the differences.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that's it. The curiosity to find out, you know. Mm. Oh, that's so good right now, right? The curiosity to open it, everything up and to see, okay, what are you seeing? Yeah. What I'm not seeing. Please tell me. I'd like to know. Then getting your guard up, you know, and go, oh no, you need to know. You need to know this. No, let me just put you straight. But that doesn't go very well. Even internally, if you think you're doing the best intentions, it's not coming out right. So we got to get that in a flow of what we're really feeling, but how we can articulate and how we can bring it out, that others can receive that and have that understanding, you know. Because can I just say something? Because this is what's coming up, and I'm going to just allow myself to just understand, you know, go to something that is very, very interesting right now. You know, when you're with somebody, like we're with each other now, and you mess up, let's just say you mess up, you say something, just mess up. But that person that you're with, be a partner, be a friend, be a stranger, be whoever you want it to be, right? They just say, Nikki, I understand, but okay, you know, maybe you need to eat something, you know, maybe you need to have a rest, or maybe you know, it's just, they just know what to say back to you in not responding to what you are projecting, because you don't even know what you're projecting some of the times. Then the person just says, okay. And they don't react in any way. They're just like, okay. And you go, how come, like, you're not reacting, you know, or something, you're not saying something, or whatever. He said, oh, I know you, it's okay. It's like, maybe you just need to have a hug. You know, they just like, they don't, yeah, it's just nothing than just what it is, you know. It's like, okay, next, what else is there to do? What else is there to do? Does it make sense? It makes sense. It makes sense to me now. I was cracking myself up now, so just ignore my sense of humor, but sometimes it just feels so good to know that. Just to know that. Just to know that it feels so good. Just to know that. Not to have your back, but just to know, you know, what you need at that moment. Just need a hug or maybe a kiss, or or maybe just, hey, let me make you a cup of coffee. I think you need some coffee. Something like this. You know what I mean? You can add on, because, you know, just add on if you want to. Just be interested. It's just, it's pure acceptance. That's what it is, you see. It's just no judgment. It's not like analyzing you. It's not like telling you. It's just like, okay, cool. So how you know, ask the questions. Yeah, how are you feeling now? That you know that I'm okay with your craziness. And you go, okay, let's go now. And then you look at it and you go, okay, so yeah, what? It takes a great amount of vulnerability to be in your feminine. And I'm not speaking from a woman perspective. I'm speaking also from a man perspective. It's very vulnerable. Because it wasn't handled, you know, correctly. It hasn't been shown. Mm. So
It's like
yeah,
it's like when every one of us have a new perspective. It's like putting a spoon into the soup of words and just start stirring, and we get a whole new flavor to everything.
yeah. And you know what's even come up for me even more? It's so damn sexy. It is sexy as hell, and heaven and earth together. Oh,
It's because the soup is
yeah.
made with love.
Oh, that's it. The soup is made with love. Come drink, come drink, come drink, come eat. Be merry, be thankful, be happy, be joyful. That we can eat these words, eh? We can really digest these words, eh? We can really allow them to carry through, yeah? Creating this right through the day now, eh? Not just now, right through our day.
And within each of the creations, we've created more space for new creations.
Very, very cool.
So no matter what words people say to us during the day, we can put into the soup and create something even new, the totally new flavor for us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You get a new perspective.
Yeah, you know, I gotta say, it's so so interesting because it comes up all the time. It's coming up right now. It's coming up when I was in the nail shop doing my nails, and I'm sitting next to a girl. Her name's Mia, and she's having her nails done. So we look at each other and we say, "Okay, let's see your nail. I see my nail. Let's see what shape you having." She's having an oval, like a oval shape, and I go, "Oh, that's interesting." And then we're just going back and forth, and then I don't know how it came about, and then we were talking, and then it just came into this conversation that we were having. And she's, wow, this is really interesting because I've never had this conversation before. And I can only speak to this for a few people. And we're sitting there and I was listening and I was really observing and hearing this and how beautiful and vulnerable, because she's the eldest sister. She's the eldest daughter of 3. And her father was a very critical father, very very harsh, and very she couldn't cry in front of him. He would say to her, "Are you going to cry now? Are you going to cry?" And then she would look at him and cry, and actually cry, she said. And I said, "Isn't that?" And then she carried on saying, you know, and then her mother was a spiritual person that always spoke about spiritual things, and her father was like, And then she realized that the father's mother was a very father's mother was very hard on him. That's right, it was very hard on him, and she wanted to make him tough because he was gentle. He was a gentle, she said, he was a gentle soul, and she wanted to make him tough. So she drove him. She drived him to, you know, really be pushed, you know. And so that made him lose his gentleness. You know, he lost his gentleness and became very critical and hard. And so with her, he was very hard on her. But she always showed that, you know, emotion side of her. And she said she always head-butted with her father because she always questioned him. And he didn't like to be questioned. So there was a lot, yeah? So here she comes and she says now her relationship, that people do change. And when I heard that, oh, that made me go, oh, this is it. Here it comes. So she says, yo, people do change. I said, do they? Really? Yes, she tells me. I said, tell me why, Mia. So she says, no, because, you know, my father, you know, we have a beautiful relationship today. We have coffee and, you know, I just had coffee with him.
When
said,
you think about it, maybe
right?
he missed his gentleness and wanted to see it from daughter's vulnerability.
And that's what happened. And it was a beautiful thing to witness because I said, you showed him that he has a heart. And she looked and she cried in front of me. It was a very sweet moment. It was a very emotional moment for her. A complete stranger. I didn't know this. I don't know her. I just started crying. Mm. And then she said, Nikki, can I hug you? Because I was busy with my nails. Like, this is serious now. Okay, we are serious now. We are doing our nails. Like, do not come hugging me now. Do my nails. But because my manicurist is very strict, she doesn't want me to move. She said, when you talk, you move your hands. Please don't move your hands. I go, okay. So I said, well, yeah, you can hug me. You hug me. But it was a sweet moment because she thought she had to stay in her masculine. She thought she had to stay in her masculine to have some sort of relationship with him. But it was such a contrast because it was such a struggle. Because he struggled, she was struggling. It was a back and forth. He couldn't receive it. But after a while, she realized she's just going to give in. She's just going to say, listen. And this is what came, that people can change. And I'm very, very hopeful for that. People do change. People can change. And that's a message that I feel, that life is about changing. It is change. And to acknowledge that change is yeah.
A lot of times people use masculine and feminine in words like the masculine side of the brain, the feminine side of the brain. Isn't it just the brain, and isn't it just energy when it comes down to it? Breaking it up sort of limited. It's limiting to it. I see everything just as energy. It doesn't matter if people say, oh, that's masculine energy. Oh, it's energy.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
It's a mixture of both, because you can't be fully masculine, I think, and what people say is masculine. I'll say, oh, there was a feminine word there, so you're not masculine. I can break it down each time. For some reason, they say they are one thing, but all of a sudden you hear the other side from it, and it's hard to just be equal numbers or be only odd numbers. You sort of mix them, no matter what how hard people try to be one thing, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, it's because they're sort of denying the other side. It's unknown to them, so it's new, and they don't want to go there. Why? Explore. The more we explore, the more perspective we get. I mixed everything. Just like the soup we did today, I loved it when we could mix the words in all different ways and make new perspective, even from the same words. It gets a totally new flavor when someone else mixed them with a couple of other words. It's giving a whole new value to everything.
Hey guys, I don't want to interrupt you guys, but I have to honor my wife. She's gonna go to work, so I gotta take care of Kai. But
yes, thank you,
Wish you a
Pascal.
great day at work.
Lovely
Love you,
evening.
Pascal. Take care.
So have a wonderful day, guys, or
Thanks,
evening,
Pascal.
or night, or anywhere you are.
Yeah, I got to exit too because my phone's running out of juice.
Oh my goodness, we're
So
running
bye,
out of
everybody.
juice.
Have a great
I
day.
love you.
Bye, guys.
Oh, I still got juice.
Recharge, baby, recharge. Recharge, Craig.
Will do.
Supreme. Go, baby boy. Supreme. Let's go.
My guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Hey,
all
Craig.
have a wonderful
Night.
day.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Thank you. Kisses.
Very
Beautiful.
good creation. Powerful creation.
Powerful. Very powerful.
Notice the similarities. Yeah.
Very beautiful. Yes. I understand. Yes.
Till next
Cheers.
time, guys. Bye.
Cheers. Next time. Bye. Bye.